Very ready to record this video. I've just sat through, drove back and sat through a 0-0 with Sutton United. The perks of being a Grimsby Town supporter, as I've always got to tell you guys when I start these videos. As we move straight on today to a much richer club than mine, I've got to say that straight away. As welcome back to episode number 5 of season number 2 of this DC United career mode here on FIFA 22. The final save, of course, of this year, of this calendar FIFA cycle, or maybe not calendar because that's not a full year, is it? Maybe the wrong thing was just said there. As of course, welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome back if you're not new around here and you watch each and every single video. Make sure you're caught up to date so you know what's going on today. There's a big spoiler on the screen already. And of course, if you are new around here, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. We are on the race to 7.1 at the moment. Of course, 8k is the big aim. We've been going up in thousands, which I appreciate the help so much from you guys for that. As today we start off with Red Bull New York away from home on the 31st, followed up by a top of the league clash with Orlando City. Very interesting one, as New York are up there as well, away. Chicago away, difficult one, and Nashville today. So a couple of difficult ones, definitely. Cannot underestimate these three teams that you can already see on the screen. And then I think Nashville aren't too far behind, and Red Bull just outside of that zone, as Nashville have actually dropped off a little bit. They are actually second bottom, so I think we simulate the first one and Nashville. And we only get as many games as we can do today because we've got this window, of course, open at the moment, as Hamid has discussed going to Cologne, and an agreement has been reached. Hamid will be leaving us. That was very quickly done. I didn't even get the chance to offer him a new contract, as Davies has been approached. Curtis Davies, I don't mind that one. And Hamid hasn't been great for us, but that has moved very quick. And yes, he will definitely leave the club. It's decided already. Okay, we'll maybe have to search for a new goalkeeper, which has come as a shock. A really weird one to lose straight away. A good goalkeeper as well. For us, I meant to say, as we've already lost his backup in Romo. He was sold. Good money made on him, but no money at all made on Hamid. We'll have to search for a new one, but not right now, I don't think. We'll have to scout them out, as this is the team we're going with. Hamid still in goal. Very, very shocked by that. Nahar, Jones, Birnbaum, Matarita, Vera and Williamson, with Cornick, Durkin and Fundas, with Danny Welbeck, which we will go for up front. Looking at the bench, Chandler's on there, Zardes. Not going to push them straight in, as this is away from home. We never beat these in-game. We don't beat them out. A 2-2 draw. Williamson, Klimala, Liquinas and HC. Lucky not to win, but we do have a game in hand over Orlando. And we can go above them. And we play them next. Very interesting point. Very, very interesting indeed as what's going to happen here against these. As a transfer offering from Nahar. Everyone wanting our right back. A Premier League club in Bournemouth coming knocking. I can't really reject that, can I? It's Bournemouth. As much as I want to keep him, big team, big ambitions, and of course he will probably try and match them. Not a great time for it to come in. We'll slide Chandler in there now to see how he can do, because he might have to become the starting one. And the squad, after being huge, is now thinning out a lot. Not in our favour. Do we have a winger? Yes, Perez can go on that wing for the bench, as we're going to play the same team apart from Chandler. Okay, a bit of a weird change going into the biggest game of this season. At home, Orlando. Can we climb to top? And Orlando City, Galais, Nego, Antonio Carlos, Lang, Moutinho, Mendes, Araujo, Ruan, Gonzalez, Pereira and Cara. So let's go all out for this. 2 minutes on the clock. Matarita. The pass into Mateus Vera. Matarita gets it back again. Taxi Funtas. Straight into Danny Welbeck. Tried to pop that ball across. Need to be on the front foot from the start. Little bit of a tongue twister, but not much, as Harry Cornick is on this wing. Squeezing for it. We've won a free kick somehow. Ref worse than the Grimsby one today, as we'll whip that straight in. Danny Welbeck tried to get ahead of his man. Unfortunately couldn't, but ball falls back to that guy Welbs. Into Taxi Funtas. And just across the net, wide. Lang through the middle onto Araujo. Araujo down that line into Chandler. Cornick to pick up on it straight away into that guy Welbs as Williamson. Just going to pass that forward into Welbeck. Almost lost the ball, but we are dominating the earlier stages here. We want to go to top of that league as Harry Cornick. Can he deliver well? It's took a deflection. Durkin with the header, and Durkin scores the first goal of the game. There we go. 1-0 against Top Spot. We want to beat them to their post. And what a pip to the post from Durkin's header. I can't believe it. He doesn't score much, does he? And it's a brilliant delivery from Harry Cornick. Took a deflection, looped up, and looped into the side netting. We will take that. Very nice goal as Nago trying to run at us now. With a back pass into Ruan. Nago to receive it back. Tried to get a bit of a shove in. Ball whipped in. Birnbaum gets a big push in the back plus a handball. I'm pretty sure it's Phil Jones to get it away. Durkin down the line into Timmy Chandler, who's going to get running forward. Needs that overlap from Harry Cornick and gets it. Cornick now on the ball. Tries to cut inside himself. Tries to go again. Unlucky as Williamson has it. And Williamson is going to go straight down that line again into Mr. Cornick. Cornick to cut inside. Need that option. Here we go. It's into Chris Durkin. Over the top into Taxi. That's a good back heel. Whipped in ball towards that guy Welbs. It is literally all us in the first half of this game, but we've got to make sure we get more than one. And Ruan with the ball at his feet right here. He goes backwards into Nago, into Sebastian Mendes. Cara into Araujo. Araujo puts it around the corner into Cara again. A bit of a deflection for us though. And we'll try and break away. Williamson into Harry Cornick. Cornick passes it back into Timmy Chandler. Chandler's going to maybe try and switch this one across the field. There we go. Almost time right here. We'll take the half-time whistle, please, referee. Really do want it as there we have it. 1-0 at the break. Need to keep it up. So into this second half we go as Taxi Funtas just jogs around his man rather easily. Into Vera. Now into Chris Durkin, who needs his man to get going a little bit right here. Who does get going. Harry Cornick drops it into Welbeck again. He's going to do better in that position, you know. Danny Welbeck maybe got a bit of a shove because the fans are reacting. But I did want him doing a bit better with that header if he would have won it in the first place, as he's dropped into a gap right here. He's got a man in front of him. Doesn't opt to go with him. Goes with Chris Durkin. Williamson into Cornick, who's going to hit first time. Martinho to put it behind. Maybe we just need to start shooting more often as Vera into Matarita. Birnbaum. Have we got anyone on the left? It doesn't look like we do, actually. So we'll go back central. Durkin. Definitely man of the match for me so far as Taxi, who's supposed to be on the left, running through the middle, and he's squeezed it in! It is 2-0 now, at home against Orlando. And I tell you what, that is very poor from their man in between the sticks. We might be losing Hamid. They need to lose their man. Maybe a bit harsh after one save, but that is very poor. We're going to get Zardes on for Danny Welbeck. Taxi with the second. Are they going to be able to grab anything else though? That is the question for them as Zardes around into Chris Durkin. We'll try and hook that out wide as we do straight into Harry Cornick. And Harry Cornick looking over the top towards Zardes in a foot race. Little flick. And he has scored it. Zardes has just scored, I think, one of the best goals I've ever seen. And I am stunned. It is 3-0 against Top Spot. 3-0. But that for a finish is extremely world class against one of the best teams in the league. The best team in the conference. Gaciando Zardes, or whatever his first name is, take a bow. Absolutely phenomenal as Pereira with a shot from range. Okay, we're not out of the woods just yet, are we? As Heinz EK for Phil Jones. We can actually rotate in a game against Top Spot as well. Don't want to be too cautious with it. Just get them done as hopefully there is no way back for them. 3-0. Heinz EK shot across the ground is missed. Sebastian Mendes into Cara as we tried to win a bit of a header right there. Gonzalez tries to get round us. Heinz EK. It's a bit of a miscommunication at the back. They're trying to walk around us a bit. Hamid with a save as... Can't give a penalty, has he? He can't have given a penalty. No, he's given a corner kick. Just decided to get the card out for Williamson. Bit of a weird one. Zardes with the ball at his feet, dancing in between defenders as Durkin Just got 4 minutes left really of normal time, and we are absolutely dominant. Even Chandler sprinting up the wing. Of course, the pass back to him wasn't the best. HC trying a bit of trickery as Williamson to run on and take a shot on. But we very much should, as this kick is going to be taken, Antonio Carlos forward, we very much should get this down. Be top of the conference. We have done it. Not confirmed yet, but a game in hand and 2 points clear. Come on, we cannot just forget about this now. Chris Durkin. Again, it's a good team that he could go to, linking up with Josh Sargent. And I think it's got to be done again. I do. I know we can get more, but I'm being realistic. I've got to stick to it. I have to stick to it, as I'm pretty sure Danny Welbeck is getting looked at by Hellas Verona. I am going to bench him, as I'm very impressed by Zardes at the moment. What's his age? He's 30, so he's on the older side, but he's still younger than Danny Welbeck, who's 31. Actually, not much in between them. Taxi is 26. Okay, he's younger than I thought. But we're going to keep going with the team as it is right now. We've got Morrison, who is, of course, fit again. We're going to take Durkin out because it looks like he might be on the move. So we are shortening this squad up. We're getting some good money in. I'm not too disheartened by it, as that is the team. Morrison in for Durkin, who got man of the match. And Zardes in for Welbeck, going to New York. A very nice stadium we're playing at right here, as Barraza, Tinelholm, Martins, Chenoy, Edmondson, Parks, Yassen, Marissima, Rodriguez, Morales, and Haber. Stadion Europa is the ground that we're playing at. Okay, don't know too much about it, but a bit of a kit clash. I mean, it's the weather really that's making it a bit of a clash. They're bright blue, looking a bit white to me, as we'll pass that back into Ravel Morrison. Try and sneak forward straight away, shall we, as that ball was unlucky. As Anton Tinelholm with the ball in the middle. Haber with the ball round to Rodriguez, who we had to get that tackle right on. And we did. Timmy Chandler, very well done, as Harry Cornick sprinting down that wing. Is he going to keep on going? Not really. Holds up as he gets it back. Looks for Chandler. I do like their link-up play, you know. Unfortunately, the big man doesn't get there, as HC is good at covering back for him. He's usually a striker. Now he's playing at right back as Yassen runs at him. And Admundson, need to try and swap over now. Morales through that gap onto Keaton, running forward. Gotta watch out on this right-hand side still. HC and Chandler, as a tackle comes in. And a corner ball early on for New York. It is not going to be an easy game, this one. Morrison's going to chase his man. Cornick to stay back, as we've got to try and put a tackle in. It's gone edge of the box, so they're going to shoot. Chanoy does. Hamid saves. We're not there first again. Keaton's got there. Looks a very tall player, him as well. As we're trying to get a tackle in, we cannot get round as man, as it's their way. Just need to keep on pressing, as Morales into Marissimia, who I thought was offside. Edge of the box, Janssen into Keaton. And Hamid makes a good low-down stop, even though it should have been a bit easier than that, in my opinion, as Rodriguez to try and get round, as Vera absolutely took out and flattened and injured, thank you very much, as it's into Martins round the corner. Jones gets there. It's hoofed away, Zardes, and the game's going to have to be stopped for our Argentine. He is down, clutching that knee. It looks crucial. Nyman's going to have to come on. Not good. Really not good, as Haber on the ball. It gives Nyman a bit of game time at least. At least we get to see the young player, as that's a ball into Marsimia. And that should have been 1-0. I'm not just going to hype their shots up as much as I usually do, because I'm trying to get it out, but I just can't. They're all over us, as Heaton on the turn, or Keaton. Shot on our net. Fundas right there as one of their men's down, but we have the ball here on this counter. Morrison into Zardes, who's going to try and put it across into Cornick, and it does work. Zardes through the middle again. Chenoy with the tackle. I wouldn't say we're struggling as much as they're actually playing really well. It's just winning the ball upfield. Constant pressure. So slid in a bit right there. We need to come across Chandler. Absolutely phenomenal challenge. Maybe he's the replacement for Nahar. Maybe he was never a winger and just needs to pan in our defences. Hibber with a pass into Morales. A little bit of a clip on him there, and we had to be careful, as that ball on is won by Morrison. Good little bit of pressure. Needs some help going down this wing, however. He's going to keep on going and keep on going, as he needs a man in the middle finally. There we go. Found Zardes around that side. Harry Cornick needs to go back post. That's a brilliant ball into Taxi, and a brilliant save. A good move But an even better stop at the end of it. Very, very unlucky as Williamson to deliver one in. It's not the greatest. Morrison to try and keep this alive as he's gone down. At least he's got back up. Not injured for too long. Not his 4th injury of the season at least. As Williamson into Chandler, who cannot turn. As the half-time whistle goes as well. 0-0. I think we've done alright to get to 0-0. Not an interesting... Well, an interesting game, but not an eventful one. That's probably how it's best phrased. As Chandler tried to get there first. Yassen onto Rodriguez. Phil Jones with that interception and puts it down the line. Admundson. Cornick. That's around the side into Williamson. Trying to put the pressure on them a little bit. And a pass out from the back. Almost got there. Took a deflection and goes back to us at least. As now we'll try and rebuild again. Nyman around the corner. Williamson. Now Cornick. I do see Taxi at the back post. Tried to whip it straight away. Unfortunately haven't been able to keep it. But we'll go all the way back to go all the way forward again. Sometimes you've got to go back to go forward. As it's into Taxi Funtas. Wait for that overlap. Not going to probably work. Back into Taxi. Now Zardes. Now Nyman around the side. Williamson. Ravel. I think Cornick might be offside. And is just trying to keep the ball a lot more as Williamson round that side. Into Harry Cornick. Zardes. Look at Ravel Morrison. This is a big chance for Ravel, who's put it across the keeper to make it 1 on the hour mark. The man back from his injury. The best mate of Wayne Rooney in the team manages to get it 1-0. Fantastic finish as well. Just that chip over the top. Worked to perfection. And the number 28 across the net. As Rodriguez to run at us now. Trying to twist and turn. Williamson with the tackle. Cornick to try and come away with it a bit here. Williamson's running in front of him. Zardes almost stretched for it. Williamson on the ball again. Into Harry Cornick. As Cornick getting round his men. That's a chance to whip it in. And Taxi! That one isn't saved by Barraza. That one's in from the Greek. It is 2-0 now. Once we get the first goal, we are actually good today at least at getting the second. Brilliant. So far we've had 2 in-game vital games and we are winning them both as it stands. Brilliant little cross and the keeper couldn't clutch. Very nicely done as it's out here. Timmy Chandler. Chandler on the ball. He's going to try and cut back a little bit. Gives it into Williamson. Williamson's going to stretch that across the field. Into Taxi Fundas, who will deliver another one towards Zardes. And that was close to an own goal. And Matarita on the ball right here through the middle. Williamson now passed into Nyman right there. It's gone out wide. Taxi with another chance to cross. And that's a good one towards Zardes, which has gone in again. It has gone in again. It's 3-0 once more. Away from home this time. And that is why I opted for him. Zardes. He might not be the highest rated striker, but he knows this league. He knows how to get goals. And that is a brilliant header. Just fooled the defender and the keeper. Can't knock his confidence at the moment though as Nyman. Look at him go as that's a brilliant ball from the defensive midfielder who hasn't been playing much. But Taxi just hits the deck. That was a chance that. Still, after a grudgy first half, this is a phenomenal second as we win 3-0 away from home. What a 45 minutes. 2 of our best in-game performances hands down. As that's a very nice thing to see. They cannot catch us with the goal difference. And we sit top of the league by 4 points with a game in hand. With. Absolutely phenomenal. As we might change Harry Cornick here just to make sure it's set in stone to a right midfielder. Which will take 4 weeks. Not long at all as Welbeck's approach is confirmed here from Hellas Verona. As Mateus Vera, ACL 7 month. Nyman's going to have to step up. It's 7 months without the Argentine. And can we maybe sign Danny Welbeck up? I don't want him on a high wage on 33. If he steps down to... What's other players on? I'll have to check which players around about his rating are on. I'd say if he steps down to 7k, maybe 10. Between 7 and 10, I'll keep him. If not, we don't. As I've given him the crucial role. And here it is. The determining factor. You're going to have to take a big wage cut, Danny. He doesn't want to. Hellas Verona will probably pay him more. Good luck to you. You're not coming to America anymore. Of course, a very good player. But when Zardes is on form, you're top of the league. Sometimes you just want to go with how it's going at the moment. As Nyman wants his chance. He really does. Mateus Vera's injury is making Danny Drinkwater feel like he could come back into the squad. Got to look long term, we've got Tremblay, who's out on loan as the squad is filtering out, and he looks a very decent player, does Tremblay. As Nyman's just the only change, he steps straight in. Danny Drinkwater is on the bench because we don't really have anyone else. Or if we go for Anderson, he could actually play there. Maybe he could start there. No, not really. So sorry, Danny, but I do think you're out of the squad altogether. Anderson on that bench. 2 youth players now on the bench. Very nice to see. Potentially 3 with Tremblay. As let's go into this next one. The final played game. Chicago Fire now in 6th. But we still need to keep standards up. Chicago Fire's team. Salonia, Espinoza, Omsberg, Chicos, Gutierrez, Navarro, Jimenez, Muela, Herbers, Bornstein and Ivanov. Shaqiri on the bench. I don't care what rating he may or may not have fallen to. Zedan Shaqiri on the bench is a criminal offence which needs sorting out as Muller on the ball straight away into Espinoza. Jump over the ball, but that's a pass straight into Nyman's feet. We haven't managed to come away with it though. Ivanov from range. Going for one as these are the weird nets, the old nets. Not even square. As that was a big chance for them straight away. We need to try and get rid of this, don't we? There we go. Flashing header. Bornstein has to put it out wide into Herbers. Now Muller on the ball again. Pass through the middle. Ivanov saved. To be careful. As Harry Cornick, HC, finds TC. As he's going to go back into Phil Jones. He's going to run forward. That's a terrible pass though. Just look at the man at the side here, Williamson. Or even Chandler again as Bornstein backwards. Chicago Fire starting off very brightly. I know we've got as important games won, but every game is still important. We do not drop these standards that we've set for ourselves right now. Not even penalties, and we've won 2 games 3-0 as Zardes on that wing tries to stretch it out to Taxi, but it's overcooked. Paul as Harry Cornick throwing it into Williamson. That's going to go through the middle. That's a brilliant pass onto Ravel Morrison, and Zardes on the turn. Looks for Williamson. Good first touch, but couldn't get his second off. Jigsaw with the tackle. Going to struggle to say his name. Hopefully he can't. Defenders in the box though. As a brilliant save from Chandler's header to keep it at, of course, 0-0. He's going to go again, is Chandler though, and that one's off the line area, but I think it was going wide. Solinia starting off quite decent as Ravel Morrison into Taxi, who spooned that one. Here is Birnbaum, who's going to switch it across the field. Straight into Harry Cornick, who goes backwards into Chandler. Now onto Williamson. Williamson through the middle onto Harry Cornick. Zardes, if he's onside, he's got a chance for another one. Went for trying a spectacular maybe, but Solinia was off his line and he caught it on the rebound. Which is good from their keeper. At least we're growing into this one. And of course we have had to do after that start we had. It's Taxi Fundas to run forward. Ball rolls inside into Nyman. Zardes is in front. We'll just pass that easily through to him. As now we go wide. Nyman again. That's around the side into Taxi Fundas. Zardes is there and the defender clears. He could spot the danger. There's hopefully danger from this corner. It's always going towards Chandler. This time Espinoza reads him. And Harry Cornick, he has his eyes on the ball. As we've still got the ball, it's Taxi Fundas who cuts inside of his man. Goes for one from range. And of course the Greek does what he does best for DC. Go celebrate with them fans, because you have just scored another worldie. Taxi Fundas is just one of those special players in the MLS. Cuts inside, takes that touch, and just smashes it to the keeper's left with a cheeky finesse. More than one goal of the season in this one as Taxi Fundas into Williamson. Ravel Morrison now puts it out wide into Harry Cornick. Cornick goes for the cross early on, but we don't manage to get it through. And Timmy Chandler now will have it. That's through the middle. Bad knock on him right there as Williamson on a turn. He's going to try and get it out wide, but unlucky. And Nyman through the middle. Zardes on the ball right here. Zardes will go out wide into Harry Cornick. Now Zardes again into Williamson. That's across the box into Taxi Funtas. Taxi Funtas, Nyman, Williamson looking for the gap that he can't find. As half time was marked right there, but I didn't decide to speak at the whistle. I'll speak now because I don't want to repeat myself. We just need to keep it as it is really in this second half, and we need to start brightly. As Nyman out wide into Taxi Funtas. Zardes on that turn. Ravel Morrison cannot get his pass off. Unlucky from him as Williamson. Brilliant tackle. Taxi Fundas onto Zardes. Ravel Morrison making a run in front, but so is, I can't even speak, but so is Harry Cornick. Finally I got my words out. And he put his shot straight down the keeper's neck. Ravel Morrison on the ball right here. He goes out wide into Harry Cornick and Zardes. There we go. There's the standards kept up. It is him again. It is Zardes again. It is 2-0 again. And with the form we're on, I think it'll only be a certain amount of time before it's 3 again. Cornick with a delicious first-time cross, which Zardes just ate up. We're playing with freedom and with no pressure at all, as that's a rough challenge coming on us. As now it's over the top, in towards Zardes, who's going to cut back into Taxi with a gap and a brilliant save. Brilliant save from their goalkeeper. Another corner, however. We'll aim for Chandler. Oh, no, we won't. It'll go towards Cornick, who's won us a penalty. Chance for 3. Chance for 3. I'm not going to watch it again, but I am just going to try and hammer it in. Taxi Funtas to go to the bottom left, which is missed sometimes, but not this time. Makes it 3 and gets himself a brace. Honestly, on flames. On flames. Brilliantly placed in the bottom bin. There's not long left in this game now. Could it even be better than 3 for once? Could it be 4? As Zardes now into Harry Cornick. This is good play. It's back into Zardes, who just sped through the middle. It is 4. It's a brace for 2 players. No one knows how to celebrate. We've never been this far up. We are honestly playing extremely well, and I want to keep this up till the end of the playoffs, until we've won them, because of course winning the conference does nothing. I've heard from the comments, because I do read the comments of course, that what was I going to say right now? They've got an attack that's distracted me, that there is a shield that's won if you do win your conference respectively, as I don't think it's given in this game anyway, as I just want to win the playoffs. And that was a shot that made me pant a little bit. It had me a bit excited that we did save that one, as Harry Cornick has the ball right here. 9 minutes to go. It's a brilliant switch into Fundas and Zardes. Both looking for a hat-trick. Both trying to link up. Ball over the top right here. As Hamid in a race to maybe try and nick that from his man. But ball not a great one across. Ravel Morrison will give that to the side into Harry Cornick. Zardes to try and run over the top. We'll just head it down into the path. Here is Cornick still. Got to try and get that back post as it looked a decent one. Unfortunate to not happen. But there is the final whistle. And it's a 4-0 win away from home. Brilliant stuff. After that game, Danny Drinkwater's still complaining. Not going to be listening completely. I've told him where he sits. Zardes wants to be... Wait, what? Zardes' contract negotiating. Right, I'll get to that right now. Just give me the chance. We've got a lot of players out of contract, but I'll try and sign him up. He's, of course, a bit of a travelling player, so we'll offer him 5k a week. What he's on now, 5.8, sorted. He's staying. He's doing business with you, as he's in this team against Nashville. It is the same team. It's a bit tired. Been winning constantly. Is this going to be another win? 2-2 draw. Okay. Godoy, Zardes, Fundas, Taxi. Both been scoring a lot today. And Mukhtar. That'll bring us to the end for today. We sit 5 points clear. Game in hand. Our manager rating is still so low, which frustrates me. But yeah, very happy with the form and how we are going. Unbeaten this month. Conceded 2 goals. And that's in 1 game. Simulated, of course. Very happy. Deadline day approaching. Players might want to come to us. Let's thank you guys for watching this episode right here. Do not forget, as always, to like, comment, share and subscribe with the notification bell on as well if you've enjoyed this one. So I will see you all in the next one. Very much close in being tomorrow. Take care, guys. In a bit. And peace.